Welcome back to Meat on Mondays YouTube. This is Court Green and this is my little cooking show here. It's been a really long while since we've done this, and so I kind of apologize for that, and that is because I was running out of deer, and I still am. The season starts in about a month. I'm really excited about that, as should you be, but I've been saving one cut of meat for one reason, and that is to make this video, and that is this cut of meat right here. You about done with that chair?
Yeah.
There's
Hello.
Gideon's cameo appearance. So it looks like this is full of weird cloudy blood, but it's not. I've been soaking this in cherry juice because that's going to kind of season, I guess, the meat, kind of tenderize it too. After we drain that, we're going to cook it in this. And this is Richard Childress Muscadine wine. Great for cooking. Wonderful, son. Thank you. In addition to that, so you've seen the meat, you've seen the Muscadine wine. I haven't even told you what I'm making yet, but I'll get to that. We also have our other ingredients. What you have here is, hopefully I don't spill this, we have potatoes, carrots, and here at the bottom corner we have garlic cloves that are cut up. We're going to put all of that into one pot, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this potato now because I just didn't finish with it. And there's no real system of how you cut these or what you do with them, but essentially you just want them to be small enough to fit around the meat in whatever dish we use in the oven. So there you go. Vegetables. A lot of people like to use onions. I do not like onions. If you wanted to use onions, I'm sure that there's no law against that. We are missing one ingredient, so if you'll hold on, I'll grab that. Oregano. And I know that holding this in a bag makes it look kind of illicit. I don't mean for it to be that way. We have potatoes, garlic, carrots. Some people use onions, I do not. And oregano, and that should make for something delicious. So the next thing we gotta do is drain the meat. There's no secret to this. All you do is pour. So there's your deer. Remember, deer fat tastes terrible, so we're going to cut some of that off, and then we'll be ready to put this into, is it called Corningware? Is it called Corningware, Gideon?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out, man. Google that mess.
There's also on my iPad.
If you're going to talk about Minecraft, just leave.
Ear corn. Oh no, I'm not talking about Minecraft. I thought you meant like Google it on my iPad.
No, we're good. You gonna keep in company?
Yeah.
All right.
Here he comes.
The dish doesn't matter, but we are going to use this one because the meat will fit in it with enough room, but not too much, for the vegetables to go in around it, and for us to put the Richard Childress stuff in there, but not to have to use a ton of it because we're not just boiling wine here. While I'm doing this, I want to let you know that the oven is currently being preheated to cook this thing at 350 degrees, and it's going to be doing that for a long time. We're going to go fairly low heat for a long time. Again, there's no rhyme or reason to how to do this either. Potatoes are not the main ingredient, obviously, but the wonderful thing about them is that they soak up the juice, and just like if you have roast with a beef,
and I soak up the juice.
Yeah, of your popsicle there. Just like with beef, if you eat beef enough, you know that's kind of the thing, right?
Where's our garlic?
Garlic? It's right here. I cut it up.
I said, why is there garlic?
Why is there garlic? Because it's delicious.
Okay.
But the potatoes soak up the flavor. The carrots just kind of add flavor. And everything ends up tasting great. You can't see any of this because I don't have the camera angle right. So.
That's
While my hands are moving, this is what you missed. I've been loading all these vegetables I don't want to get too tall with it because then the lid won't go on. But I've been loading them on and around the meat, and then we cap that off.
And here's my face.
And that's Gideon's face. And then we're gonna top that off with this. And the beauty of this is that it does add flavor, but more importantly,
I was gonna pour it.
And the oven just preheated. Yeah, I did say you were gonna pour it. More important than that, it has some kind of reaction with the meat that just makes it delicious.
Are you gonna let me pour that?
I am.
Or not?
I am. You gotta move your chair. Hold on. Okay. And Gideon is gonna pour this. Gideon, you're gonna go not quite to here, just a little bit lower than here.
Okay. Like this.
Yeah.
Right there.
Just keep going. Keep going. It's gonna take most of the bottle. Don't stop till I tell you. Don't stop till I tell you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And stop. Excellent work, my friend.
Smells weird.
It does smell weird. You may have heard the oven beep as he was pouring, or maybe as I was getting ready for him to pour, and that means it's preheated, which means now it's time to go. Key instruction that you cannot forget. Before you go and put this in the oven, you are going to make sure to get one of these to put under it, because this is going to boil and this is going to bubble out no matter what you do. And so if you don't want your oven to smell like it for 47 days,
I'm not breathing.
he's not breathing. I should call the cops or the ambulance. Anyway, if you don't want your oven to smell like it for like 40...
Nope, I'm not breathing on this pan.
Oh, thank you. I don't want your germs on it. If you don't want your oven to stink, then you want to put this on a pan to catch the stuff, and it'll be all caramelized and nasty, but it'll wash right off. All right, so I am going to put this in the oven now.
If you see JoJo,
then what? If has
just tell your parents.
This is not for children. This isn't. It's not one of those YouTube videos.
Okay.
So this is ready to go in, and the oven is set for 350. We are going to cook this for about 2.5 to 3 hours.
If a kid starts to watch it.
If a kid starts to watch it, that's fine. We don't do anything bad on our videos. Again, 2.5 to 3 hours. We're going to put this in the oven, and when we get out, we'll see what it looks like. Some follow-up statements when I get upright. So I mentioned that there was going to be some follow-up stuff. I should have told you this while I was in the process of doing all this other stuff. Hey, here comes Artie.
Yep. Good thing
and there's Christy. She just walked by the window. So when you make roast, I've done a roast before on this show, but when I did that, it was specifically for sandwiches. This, I mean, you saw the vegetables. You know that. This is not the kind of roast. I forgot to put the oregano in there, son.
Okay.
We got to get it back out. We forgot a key ingredient. We had to abort the mission.
I'm enjoying this heat so much.
I'm glad you like it, son.
We'll get back.
Watch your head. This is hot.
We'll get back to talking in a second. 3, 2, 1.
You say go.
Go.
Try again. Put it all
3,
together.
2, 1, go.
Some things I neglected to tell you earlier. We have made roasts on this show before. That was specifically for sandwich meat, though. If you notice, though...
turkey?
I don't know. We have not done that because it's a venison show. If you notice, though, we had the vegetables and stuff. This is obviously not for sandwich meat. This is the kind of roast that you make when you're going to like sit in front of the table and say, everybody dig in. When you get it out...
What you have to do after you use this?
Close it?
Yep.
Yeah. When you get it out of the oven, it's going to be very, very easy to just, you can cut it with a fork. You don't even really cut it. It pulls apart. It's kind of like barbecue, but, you know, juicier. And you can slice it, but you don't really have to if you don't want to. Anyway, so there we go. This is how you make a venison roast in the oven. This is not the end of it. I do need to add a step. Halfway through, or a little bit more than halfway through cooking it, you're going to need to take it out of the oven and flip it. Just shove a fork in there, flip it over, put it right back in. You may need to add wine when you do that. Not to yourself, but you can do that if you want. But you may need to add
wine?
It's wine, yeah. You may need to add it to
a very old drink.
There, to make it
a very old drink.
I don't know how old it is, but you may need to add that to it to make it moist earth so it doesn't dry out. But this is sweet red wine. Use whatever you want. This happens to be $6 on sale, so that's why we're using it. And again, I'm a North Carolinian who loves racing, and Richard Childress owns a race team. I'll see you guys when it's ready to come out, or maybe when I flip it. It depends on if I feel like filming. Thank y'all.
Fast forward.
So the timer just went off, and you're going to notice a few things that are different. First, it's nighttime. That's just how time works. Chronology. Can't stop it. Second thing you'll notice is that I'm wearing a different shirt. So while this was in the oven, I had to go to work and handle something, and my wonderful dog, who I love very much, decided that she loved me as well, and she wanted to jump up and say hi before I left, and so she left a muddy paw print on my shirt, and therefore I had to change. So all that to say, it's not like it's a different day or anything. It's the same day. It's been in the oven I actually cheated and left it in for 3 hours because, again, I had to handle something at work. But I had the oven turned off for the last 30 minutes. So generally speaking, 350 for 2.5 hours, or a little bit more if you want. And so let's get it out and see what it looks like now. We're about to open the oven the rest of the way and see what she looks like. And I'll go ahead and get that out now. I have not done one of these in several years, so hopefully it's not terrible. And if it's good, I'll let you know and you can try it home. Here it is, folks. This is the finished product. I'm going to take the lid off and we'll see what we have. The lid is stuck. This can often happen when you cook with wine. So there's a lot of oregano for some reason stuck to the top of the lid, but underneath that it's looking pretty good. I'm going to dig it out and we'll see what we have. We have some garlic right here that's soft now. The potatoes and carrots, let's see, the carrots are really, really soft and they look like they're going to be good. The potatoes themselves, some of them didn't quite make it in there. I did not top off the wine like I should have because I was at work. But if you can see, the potatoes are soft, the fork goes right through them. They look like they are ready to be enjoyed. And of course, the main thing, it's already breaking apart. We did well. Oh, I'm going to have to clean that up. I can't even pick it up because it's breaking apart, but this is the finished products with, I guess it'd be considered a pot roast. I don't know. I don't really know many not colloquial. I know plenty of colloquial terms. I don't know many culinary terms, but I'm very excited about it, and I'm going to taste it. And it's delicious. So, here's what it looks like. Do the manual zoom in. But that's what it looks like. This is venison pot roast. So let me do the ingredient rundown once more. Obviously you have venison. It's hard to make a venison anything without venison, and that includes venison roast. So you have venison. I like to use one of the rounds. So it's one of the parts from the rear leg muscle. So you got venison in there. I like to put carrots as well as potatoes. They soak up that juice and taste wonderful. This time we used garlic. I use garlic on everything, and I cut them into little rings, and they suck up the juice too and also taste great. And finally, oregano. You put all of that into your pot. Show you the pot again. Pot, and you fill it as far as it'll go. As you could see from when we did it earlier, it's so easy a child actually can do it. But you fill it as far as it'll go with whatever wine you choose to use, and you just cook it. And you let the oven do the work, and it's fantastic. So thank you for joining us for Meat on Mondays. I'm going to look forward to eating this over the next few days because my son and I are the only ones that eat it, so it lasts a while. And so I'm going to look forward to eating this. Hopefully you'll get a chance to do one of these in your own home and enjoy it yourself. And I appreciate you giving me your time. I hope that you find these things informative and that you enjoy learning about stuff like I do. Thank you guys again for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.